All right. Are you ready to make peace with food and fat and get the body and mindset regarding food and weight that you've always dreamed of, but it's always eluded you? And now that it's a new year, you are more ready than ever to finally make it happen. I'm Elizabeth Ann Atkins, and I created with my sister Catherine the PowerJournal 28-Day Challenge for Weight Loss. This is the technique that grew out of my own personal struggles with food and fat for decades of my life, starting when I was 11 years old. And then I gained a lot of weight and I lost 100 pounds. And I used journaling as the main tool to lose the weight. And I was ultimately on the Oprah Winfrey Show to celebrate that weight loss. And so then I combined the power of journaling with meditation, and that enabled me to take it to a whole nother level. And so Catherine and I created this workbook that provides 28 days of questions and this technique that includes meditation, setting an intention, and using intuition or intuitive writing to tap into your deepest self, your highest self, so you can extract information and go on this journey of inner self discovery that enables you to finally figure out what's at the root of your issues with food and fat and weight and the struggle. And then once you figure that out through these 28 days of journal exercises, and you spend just 20 minutes a day on this, you finally make peace with food and fat and body image and mindset around eating, which is something that I've done, and it's been tremendous. It's been amazing. So I can embark on another new year without all that angst about, oh, I have to lose weight, or, oh, I'm carrying these old habits. No, I'm proof that, as I've said in many of my other shows, you can change your mind, which changes your behavior, which changes your life. It's amazing. So, there are 4 tools with PowerJournal for weight loss, and I've talked about them in previous shows. And one of the tools is meditation. Last night, you can find here on the channel the show that I did, a meditation for the PowerJournal 28-day challenge for weight loss. So all you have to do is listen to that video. It's a guided meditation that enables you to get into your deepest parts of yourself to find the answers that you need to answer each day's question. And as you can see, each day in the workbook that's available on Amazon in ebook or print version, enable you to write here. But if you don't want to get the workbook, which is better because you have a record, you can write in it. But if you want to just do it with me right here on YouTube, go for it. Take out some paper, notebook, computer file, whatever, however you like to write, you're going to be journaling. Okay, so what you're going to need, and today is day 1. I'm so excited for you. This is a truly life-changing experience. So today is day 1, and what you're going to need is a space where you can be quiet, be still, and be alone, undisturbed. So you can turn off your devices, let everybody in your house know you need 20, 30 minutes to yourself. And this is your time to do your self-discovery, healing, releasing, all the steps involved in PowerJournal for weight loss that will enable you to finally crack the code on yourself in terms of the eating and why you have the weight and why you might use, as I did, food as my drug of choice to numb out when I was stressed. Ice cream was definitely my drug of choice. But now my automatic thought is, if I'm stressed, I have to exercise. I go for a walk, I go for a run, I go for a bike ride, I turn on music and dance. I actually, since I'm not going to the gym right now, and I love to hit the punching bag at the gym with my boxing gloves, I instead now assault the sofa. I just punch. And that's better than stuffing down the emotion with food, which I used to do. Now I just assault the sofa. Can't wait to get back in the gym and use the punching bag, but for now it's okay. So, doesn't hurt anybody. Plus, it's exercise, right? And it gets my anger out. So, okay, here's the deal. What you're going to need, as I said, is the space. You're going to need the time. So, allocate 20 or 30 minutes per day for the next 28 days to do this. It'll be well worth the investment of your time and energy because it's going to change your body and your life. Then you're also going to need a pen, obviously, to write in the workbook, which you can order on Amazon, or just a pen and paper or a laptop. And you should be very comfortable. You should be in a relaxed state. And then you're going to need to listen to the meditation as part of this. So the first step is to understand what are the 4 tools of PowerJournal. Okay. The 4 tools are intention. So intention is basically a goal. However, intention is bigger than a goal. It's like a spiritual experience of um, like a big picture goal that you is going to improve your life in every way. So this intention is, and the intention overall is that you're going to use this technique to heal your mind, body, and spirit in terms of food, fat, weight, eating issues, whatever it is that you're seeking to heal and release so you can make peace with food in your body. So the intention overall is to finally make peace with food and your body. The intention on a daily basis for 28 days is actually the question that we provide for you. So we set the intention with each question. Okay. So the first tool is intention. And I'm going to do another video diving deep into each tool. The second tool is meditation. And as I said, I made a guided meditation for the PowerJournal 28-day challenge for weight loss right here on the YouTube channel. So all you have to do is listen to it prior to answering the question in the journal. And I'll explain more in a minute. So, meditation, if you've never done it, really just means getting still and silent alone. If you can do it in a group too, that's fine. But getting silent and still and going within, listening to that inner voice so that you can hear yourself think free of all the noise of the world and the expectations and the shoulda, woulda, couldas and all that extra stuff that interferes with our own truth and our own authenticity. So this enables you to hear yourself, hear your inner truth, which is going to answer the questions about your food challenges, which is going to enable you to succeed at finally getting the mindset around food and therefore the body that you greatly desire, which means happy with the way you look and feel. And it's your decision what that means. It's no one else's standard of beauty or size. It's yours. It's not a number. It's not a clothing size. It's your decision what you want. So the third tool in the PowerJournal technique is intuitive writing. Now, what happens is intuition is that inner voice, that voice that speaks your truth all the time. We like to ignore our intuition because a lot of times it tells us, don't eat that ice cream. Don't eat those cookies. But we are tempted and we want to indulge what we want. So we ignore it and therefore we suffer. So when we listen to our intuition and we're obedient to it, amazing things happen. So you are going to learn through this technique, through the meditation that I provide, you are going to learn to tune into that inner voice, listen to it, ask it questions, and obey the guidance that's provided, because that guidance is the solution to your weight loss. It's going to help you figure out why you're abusing food in a way that's resulting in a weight or a feeling that you don't like anymore, that you want to be free of, liberated of. That's what this is all about. I could talk for 10 hours about all the ways my inner voice has guided me on different food regimens at different times of my life that have so immensely enhanced my well-being, my mind, my body, my weight, my productivity, my creativity as a writer, my peacefulness. Immense. I can't even explain it, but here's one example. In 2012, my inner voice told me, don't eat meat. Okay. It said, just don't eat meat. I was about to open a can of tuna for lunch, and it said, don't eat that, eat lima beans instead. And that began this amazing, I was obedient. I literally had the can of tuna open. So I felt like, oh, now I'm going to waste the tuna. But I ate the lima beans and I went plant-based for the rest of the day. And guess what? The next day, I had lost 2 pounds in one day. I had lost 2 pounds just by listening to that guidance that seemed to come out of nowhere. I had no intention of going plant-based with no flesh, no fish, no poultry, no beef, no nothing. So, uh, my point is that I listened to that guidance that came from within my inner voice, and I lost 2 pounds in one day. And I remember this so vividly. It's in my book, God's Answer is No, Lessons from a Spiritual Life. I remember that so vividly because the next day I was at my son's basketball game and I went in the bathroom during halftime and I looked in the mirror and I was like, whoa. And I was glowing. I was glowing. And it was because I had so radically shifted my eating. I wasn't even hungry and I felt great. I didn't feel like something was taken away. I felt awesome. Okay, so I could talk about this forever because it's so real. It's so exciting. I want this to happen for you. So when you get that guidance in the meditation during the journaling, you have to obey it and it will make magic happen in your life. So that is power tool number 3, which is intuitive writing. Your intuition is going to speak to you during this process, and you're going to write about it. You're going to journal about it, guided by all these questions that we provide. It's really awesome. And then number 4 is the journaling. The tool number 4 is journaling. And so obviously you have to do the physical act of writing. So let's get right to it, okay? That is really simple and so easy, but you are watching me right now because you are ready. You are so freaking tired of struggling with this every moment of every day and maybe even in your sleep. Because if you ate too much and you feel horrible when you went to bed, bloated, stuffed, you're not going to sleep well, or you're going to wake up with that sour feeling in your stomach or a stomach ache even. I know you're tired of that. I got so tired of that. And I'm like, no, I do not want to live the rest of my life. I want to feel good. I want to feel great. And now I do. And I'm on a mission to help you do that. So now here we are, beginning of 2021. Let's rock this. 28-day challenge overview. Now, 28 days is such a short time, but really it takes that many days to push the reset button in yourself by answering these questions. They say it takes 21 days of changing a habit to make it stick. So we've got 28 days. We got this. All right. So this is a daily journey within to create your best life, 20, 30 minutes a day at a time, and you'll do it. So the point is that the world is very noisy. It's always bombarding us, and that's very stressful. So here's what you do. You have to shut it out. That's why meditation is such a huge part of this. And again, I guide you through it. So don't worry if you've never meditated. It's super easy. So basically, the way you power journal every day, and you've set aside this 20 or 30 minutes per day, you go to your quiet space where you're undisturbed. You take your journal, the booklet, your notebook, your laptop, whatever you like to work with. You go to that space. You have a device where you can listen to the meditation here on the YouTube channel, the Power Journal meditation. Okay, listen to that, and it's going to get you in this deeply relaxed meditative state. But before you do the meditation, you need to look at the first question. And that question is what you're going to be asking of yourself when you get into the meditation. So the meditation is the tool that extracts the answer to the question from your deepest, highest, most awesome, truthful self, your intuition, which knows what's best for you. Okay? So when you listen to this awesome meditation that I made last night for you, it's going to guide you to this really wonderful place in nature where you're all alone and just absolutely relaxed. And it's going to enable you to feel so good with the whole world feeling a million miles away. You can hear yourself think. And that's when you'll get the answers. Just like I got the answer to don't open that can of tuna fish and eat it. And I lost 2 pounds in one day. So I want you to have that kind of success story. So here we go. Day 1. I'm going to read you the question. I'm going to read you the question and also the theme for the week, because there's 4 weeks and each week has a theme. Now, remember, you're going to go to your quiet space. You're going to listen to the meditation after you've read the question so you know what answers to seek in the meditation. And then as soon as you're out of the meditation with the answers, you're going to write out the answers. But you're going to be writing them in that meditative state. So it's intuitive writing. It's not using your brain, it's using your intuition, which is giving you the answers to the question. So it's not getting all tangled up in the clog of all the fears and anxieties and things that we think about, and our most truthful ideas get stuck in all that. Well, what will so and so think? Or, oh, I can't do that. Or, oh, no, that's too hard. No, your intuition is going to tell you something. You're going to write it down, and then you have a record of it to refer back to as your guide for these 28 days. It's coming straight from you. And then what you do after you've written it out is you go back. Say you do your practice in the morning, you go back and you read it a few times during the day. And it may tell you today, don't drink any soda pop. Don't eat sugary stuff. Maybe that's where it wants you to start. Okay. You're going to get that kind of guidance, but you just have to take action. And you're ready to take action because you're here and you're tired of the old way that you used to be. You're leaving that in the past. It's time to change. And this will change you, not just by saying, oh, you need to eat, X number of calories today and do this many steps. No, it's way deeper than that. It's all in your mind. Being overweight, struggling with food is not about the food. It's about the mind. And until we figure out what's going on up here, and this process enables you to do that, the food doesn't matter. There will always be a struggle. Until I changed up here and figured out why I eat excessively in an abusive manner, I was not able to stop the horrific yo-yo dieting cycle. I was not able to jump off that horrific runaway train into a really unbalanced way of thinking and feeling. It was terrible. So I want to rescue you from that, but you have to do the work to rescue yourself. But I'm providing you a ladder, an escape chute. And it all starts with meditation and journaling. So let's do it. Week number 1 has a theme. So the next 7 days questions all pertain to this theme. So I'm going to read you the theme and then tell you day 1's journal exercise, which is what you can do today when you start this. So the theme for this first week of the PowerJournal 28-day challenge for weight loss is, who am I? It might seem obvious, but who am I is much more than my name, where I went to school, where I live, who my family is, what's my job. Who am I really? This question is going to enable you to peel off the layers, the masks that you present to the world, and see who you are authentically. And are you living in alignment with that? Because a lot of times when we're not living in alignment with that, we're so mad, sad, frustrated, we do things that soothe our hurt. And food, eating, being obsessed with weight, being what all the different ways it can manifest, can be a huge distraction from not facing the fact that we're not being authentic to ourselves. So, who am I? Who are you? Again, this is a journey within. So let's do it. Day 1. Who am I from the outside looking in? Who am I from the outside looking in? So we're going to start with all these external factors of how to describe you. Start with those close to you and work your way towards strangers. Describe yourself with words that you think others use to describe you. Who do they see? Now review those words and determine which are words that you use to describe yourself, but which no one has ever said to you. Finally, envision yourself as you would like to be physically. This is huge. Envision yourself as you would like to be physically. Now, have your future self describe what she or he sees when she looks at you in your future state. So, describe the way you believe you're viewed by the world right now and how people describe you. And then envision the person you want to be physically, because once you transform in here, you're going to transform in physical form. And then describe how that person is going to describe you, the new you. Explain how the new you is going to describe you. So basically, here you are writing out how you want to look and how you want to perceive yourself. How do you want to look and how do you want to perceive yourself? So those are the questions that you're going to ask yourself when you go into this meditation. When you go into this meditation, you're going to envision the body that you want to have. You're going to envision the feelings and the perception that you want to have about yourself. And then you're really just going to bask in those feelings as you envision the new you. And that is going to set the goal, the intention for your transformation. If you watched my earlier shows about this, I talked about how when I was a size 26 jeans, I envisioned myself as a size 6 skinny leather pants. There's a real big difference between a size 26 jeans, and a size 6 skinny leather pants. 100 pounds to be exact. But I did it, and I did it with this technique because the very first thing I did was take my journal and write out, how do I want to look and feel? How do I want to look and feel? And for me, the image was walking into the store, trying on leather pants and buying some, and walking out of that store, floating out of that store. And I actually did that, but I bought black leather pants and purple leather pants. I was so excited. And let me just share that I used that technique again to get on the Oprah Winfrey Show to celebrate my 100-pound weight loss. And I envisioned and wrote in my journal in great detail her saying my name, me sitting in the big yellow leather chairs that she used to have on her set. And I literally wrote about and envisioned and thought about the emotion of excitement of sitting in those chairs with my hands on the arms and like feeling the buttery soft leather. Guess what? That happened. I found myself backstage at the Harpo Studios, well, journaling, and they videotaped me doing it, and also exercising in their gym. But I was backstage and I heard Oprah Winfrey say my name. And I walked out on the stage and I was sitting in a big yellow chair on the set of the Oprah Winfrey Show. From the pages of my journal to reality. And that can be you resolving your challenges with weight and food and the whole mindset around it and all the different shame, guilt, regret, secrets, all that stuff. You can just release it. It takes so much energy, so much time. It's such a drain. And we wake up and we're like, how many years have I wasted on this struggle? I'm so over it. I'm so ready to be done. Well, I'm here to tell you and serve as your guide that you can do it. You can do it. So I want you to please join me every night here on the Two Sisters Writing and Publishing channel, where I'm guiding you through this process. So you can order your book. I'll put the link in the description box to get your book, or you can just use a notebook or in a laptop, whatever you want. And we're going to do this. I want to know from you, what is your biggest struggle with food and body image and weight and eating? I want to know why you're ready. Drop me a comment here. Please write me a comment about how you are determined once and for all to change your mind so you change your body and then you change your life. It's amazing. I've done it and I'm here to help you. So let's do this. I'm Elizabeth Ann Atkins, and I created the PowerJournal technique for weight loss with my sister, Catherine Greenspan, and we are super excited to share it with you. So please join us, and I will see you tomorrow in day 2 of the PowerJournal 28-day challenge for weight loss. I'll see you soon. Tomorrow.